The Kamala Harris campaign, still less than a week old at this point, has already brought about a seismic shift in the 2024 race. Consider the events of the last month. As Democrats wallowed in uncertainty and dread after Joe Biden's disastrous debate performance, the Republicans united behind Donald Trump at RNC 2024 and predicted an easy walkover in November all the way to the White House. The mood in the Democratic camp was sour, and not just because of the prospect of a second Trump term. There were concerns that Joe Biden's performance would have major downstream effects and come with heavy costs for the Democrats in the House, in the Senate, and in the states. One after another, Democratic leaders were either making public calls for Biden to step aside or privately contemplating the same. Even the donors, the lifeblood of political campaigns, were threatening to rebel against the Democratic Party if Biden stayed on in the race. From voters to political pundits, there was a general consensus that the Democratic 2024 campaign was falling apart and fast. But then the unexpected happened. Biden caved into the growing pressure for him to step aside and ended his 2024 campaign. Moreover, he swiftly moved to endorse Kamala Harris as his successor. If the Republicans were expecting the Democrats to fall into further disarray and anarchy after this last-minute switch, the party was left sorely disappointed. In a matter of days, Kamala Harris has secured the support of large swaths of her party and the all-important delegates. To say the mood is electric in the Democratic camp would be an understatement. Tens of thousands of volunteers have signed up to support the Harris ticket, and her campaign says that she has raised over $100 million in just a handful of days. More importantly, Democratic leaders are reporting a significant mood shift within the party and its voter base, with the overriding theme being that of hope and excitement. Even the opinion polls seem to reflect this change. Just days ago, Trump seemed to be leading the race comfortably as per most opinion polls. Now, most opinion polls either show an even race or even a slight advantage for Kamala Harris. Far more significantly, many of these opinion polls show that those supporting Harris are not simply doing so to vote against Trump, but rather because they actually support her candidacy. At the same time, Republicans are struggling to fine-tune their messaging against Harris, with some GOP leaders and commentators resorting to seemingly sexist and racist attacks against her in lieu of the well-oiled attack campaigns the party ran against Biden. As many observers have noted, there is nothing fundamentally different about the Harris campaign when compared to the Biden campaign. The policy points are the same, the attack lines against Trump and the Republicans are also similar. What has changed is the messenger, and that appears to be having a significant impact. To be sure, none of this guarantees that Harris will beat Trump in November or even put up a good fight. It is too early to say how she will perform in debates, whenever they happen, and whether her campaign can sustain its current breakneck momentum all the way to November and beyond to the White House. But it is hard to argue with the fact that the Harris campaign has revitalized the dispirited Democratic side and changed the tired dynamic of the 2024 race between Joe Biden and Donald Trump. Do tell us what you think about this video in the comments section, and subscribe for more US election news.